Hello everyone, welcome to the IQA session. Shouldn't last too long today. I'm just going to show you how to set sampling plans up and how to, you all probably know how to IQA in the system, but I'll briefly go back over it. So I'm just going to log in, so I'm on my demo site, so I'm going to log into as a verifier. If I remember my password. Okay, so I'm logged into the system. So you all know the system, so I'm going to go too much into what the system is. But you all know that you've got verifier tasks. So some of you are assessor and verifier, so you'll have assessor and verifier tasks. The ones who are just logged in as a verifier will just have verifier tasks. So the verifier task, very simply, you've got sampling plan tasks, which is what you create. You've got awaiting verification, which is purely if an outcome is finished. So if somebody's finished a whole task and that's been signed off by the assessor that they've accepted it, it'll come in here to say potentially could be IQA'd. And then you've got referral. So anything you've referred will also sit down there. Okay, so that's your verifier tasks. So the sampling plan tasks, I've got something in here, but you might not have nothing in yours. So you need to set that up. So to set that up, you go to sampling summary, excuse me. Then you go to sampling plans. So sampling summary, sampling plans. Okay, so most of you know how to set. So most of you done sampling plans, I presume, in past before. So an Excel spreadsheet of of where you learn it, what learners you've got, and when you're going to sample certain things, and you got to have a look across different qualifications, different units to make sure you're looking at all different units across all learners. So to set my sampling plan up, sampling plans here, and I click create sampling plan. Okay, so the first thing I've got to do is put in the criteria. So I'm going to put in the criteria of what I want my sampling plan to look like. Okay, so what I've got to do is the name of it. So for example, let's have a look at ILM. So ILM level 3, for example. You can call it whatever you want. I'll just call it, I'm calling it that, but obviously you can pick on what you want. In the description, I can put in ILM level 3 sampling plan. This is down to you, so obviously you can put in what you want really. But I mean, you know, it's up to you. In the select course title then is a list of all your courses will list up. So you can then select the qualification that you want to have a little look at. So I'll try and go for the ILM one. So level 3 diploma for managers. Okay, so I'll select the right course. You can then select companies, but I mean, you don't have to do that. You could do one for all the relevant companies, but I'll just include every company. Then for the assessors, so you then can start selecting assessors that you IQA. So the list will come up and you can select as many assessors as you want. Okay. Then finally, it says include completed candidates. So I'd only complete candidates if I want the list of all my completed ones. So I wouldn't do at this point, so I'll say no. So if I click save, what that's then done is created me a sampling plan. Okay, so based on the criteria I've just asked, so it's going to pick out the qualification, the ILM level 3. It's going to pick out all the learners for them particular assessors. So if I click on my sampling plan now, what should come up with is a list of all the learners. There we go. I'm glad the list of learners have come up. So what you've got here is all the learners that match this criteria. And then what you can see is all the units and task pages that relate to there. So what you need now to do as an IQA is you go, right, what do I need to sample? So just as a color code, the gray is not started. Blue is started, green is completed, and then obviously they'll go pink when you verify them. Okay, so if I go right, okay, for this particular learner, I'm going to do 304, regardless of the unit's been started. So once I click that button here, the page on the right opens up. So select for verification, yes. You can obviously select if you want to see certain evidence types, but I'm not going to. And then predicted date, when do I want to see this? So I'm going to say 30th of June. Click save. Okay, so then a P comes in a box. You might then decide to do another unit, depending on how you IQA. I don't know if you do 2 units or, and then you might want to see this one for end of May and save. So then I'd work through the list. So then I'd go to the next one. So maybe 305 for this one. And again, I'm just using whichever formulas that obviously that I want to pick, but it depends on your sampling strategy at Kaplan. So then I just go down the list and randomly do and select which ones I want to see. So we all know as IQAs that this is what you plan, but it's not always what actually happens. So this is only us planning to see what we would like to see. Okay. Now, what the system then does is obviously puts in P. You don't have to go into the sampling plan for every time. So if I go back to my home page, what you'll now see in my verifier tasks is all these units being planned. So you can see now 304, 305, 310, and the dates that they've been planned. So then that's forming part of my sampling plan. So when these dates get closer, I can then go in and check them units. So that's my sampling plan. Have a look in what I want to IQA. So sampling summary, sampling plans, and you create sampling plan. Yes, you'll have to create a sampling plan for each qualification. Okay, so because they're all separate because it's different units and so forth. Okay, so you will have to do one per one. So you've noticed that there's a couple of different headings. So you've got a learner's menu. So this is for a chance for you to have a little look at trends and things. So you can look at a particular assessor, or you can just leave them all in. You can look at like start date and end dates, and then you pick a qualification. So I'll go for the taxation professional. Hopefully this if I click search now, what this will give me is for that learner how many IQAs have happened across all these different units. Okay, I don't know. Obviously I don't know these units, but I presume you will. So you can. I mean, there's not been any IQAs because it'll give you a grand total at the bottom. So per learner for that qualification, how many IQAs have happened? Okay, so you can check then if there's been 10 for this one, 10 for that one, or none for that one. So maybe next time I got to do that one. Okay, so it's the same report for assessors. Okay, so this time, so again, you can check any qualification in. If you click search, it will then break down all the assessors and how many IQAs have happened per assessor. So the one is learner, so that, and this one is per assessor. We then got evidence types as well. So for the same qualification, you can check what evidence types you've looked at. So have you looked at product, professional discussion, and so forth. So you can check you're looking at the right ones. And then finally, we have a referral history as well. So you pick a qualification. This will come out with blank probably because I haven't done anything. But yeah, so you can have a look at referrals. So look at trends. Is there particular units that are getting referred? Is it particular assessors that are getting referred? So a whole host of different things. So them kind of reports just give you a chance to have a look at trends, analysis, to make sure that you're looking at the right units, right learners, right assessors, right evidence types. And then finally, there is an IB observation sheet as well. So IB observation sheet is there just to you can create observations and record observations of your talent coaches. I'm not sure if you have to do this now or you do this as good practice, but you can click create observation and you can put some wording in who the assessor was. And then you can also attach a document as well. Okay, and then what the system allows you to do is report on that to make sure that so you're covering all your assessors. So if I looked for Kineo assessor, because that's the most obvious one, and click search, it will show me all the observations that I've done. So you can see there's 2, and that one's got attachment. So again, it's a good practice, but it's kind of, you've all got to kind of do it if it's either all of you do it or no one do it. So it's not like if one does it, 2 does it. It's kind of be everyone. So if I go back to my homepage, so that's kind of setting up your system. So your sampling summary, set that up. It does take it's a bit time consuming at the beginning, but once it's done, it plans it all then for you automatically. So it is time consuming at the beginning, but it plans your workload then going forward. Okay. So just to touch on IQA if somebody's completed something, so I'll go into the ILM team leader. So you can see now this particular unit has been, that's the induction, that's why, sorry. go back. Don't do induction, do we? So yeah, go into that, the actual qualification. So I'm actually in a learner now. So there should be a green unit here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So you can see now that this unit's been accepted by the assessor. So what I can do is I can go in, I can either do the unit as a total, or, I mean, I need to be looking at the evidence. So if I click into one of them, I can go down to here. I can open up the document to make sure that it does meet the standards, and then down below is all the feedback by the assessor. So so I can have a look at that, make sure the planning's gone into place, and so forth. Okay, so I check that, and then if I go into the next one, and then so forth. Okay, and then what you should get is the ability to, so what normally happens, and it's, forgive me, it's not quite on there. So I don't know why it's not on there. So what you normally get is an accept or verify button. So that hasn't quite been completed properly. So if I just go back to another one a second. Sorry, bad planning. So if I go to this one. Yeah, so what you normally get, so I would check the document, I would check any of the feedback, and then I got a decision to make, verify or refer. So if you verify, that means you agree with it. If you refer it, you don't. Both buttons will do exactly the same thing, bring up a contact diary, give you a chance to put feedback in, but the verify will turn it pink and will complete it. The refer will turn it orange and will sit on their homepage and your homepage before you accept it. So I'll click verify to this one. So contact diary will come up. Wait for it to come up. So what you've got is verification feedback. So that always does come up as private. It's set into my demo system to not work at the moment, but any IV feedback will automatically be private as standard. So element risk 1 has been verified, and then in the feedback is where you can put excellent work. Well done. And then you can always get the assessor to acknowledge it if you want to. But if you click save now, this unit will then turn pink, and you give them the feedback. Give them the feedback straight to the assessor. If I go back to the course folder now, you can see now it's gone pink, and it's in. So if I wanted to refer a unit, just to show you the different ones, so if I went into here, you would then, if I check the evidence, I could click refer, and then it comes up referred, and then my feedback is obviously I'd expect you to be more more wordy than that. So if I click save, the difference is with this one is that will go orange, and it will sit on the assessor's homepage and your homepage until any actions are done. So if you can see now, it just goes orange. Okay, and just to put it to the test on my verifier tasks now. Yep, there we go. Risk assessor has been referred when it was referred, but it will also sit on the assessor's homepage as well. Okay, but you probably all know I hate IQA, but I just wanted to go through that with you all anyway. So, but the sampling summary is really important. If you can get that set up, that'll be really key. But if you've got any questions, any concerns, then please let me know, and we can go through it. Okay, thanks for listening.